surprise coming up. Well, good morning. Today, after 10 seasons, it is time to say goodbye Columbus and hello to a new era of crunch hockey. Beginning the 2010-11 American Hockey League season, the Syracuse Crunch will partner with one of the premier and elite franchises in the National Hockey League. A team that under its current ownership, beginning in 2005, has made the playoffs in each of the past 4 seasons, including winning the Stanley Cup Championship in 2006. During this time, they have amassed a winning percentage of .627, and during that same time span, their American Hockey League affiliates has twice gone to the conference finals while boasting a .620 winning percentage. As an organization, they don't merely talk the talk about winning and developing. They walk the walk. They win and they develop. Olympians Ryan Getzlaf, Corey Perry, and Bobby Ryan all cut their eye teeth in their system and made their NHL debuts with this organization, as did former Crunch favorites Curtis Glencross and Zenon Konopka. Their goal is not to sign any free agent, but to sign the best free agents. During just this past week, they finalized deals with 2 highly sought-after college free agents and signed another college star of their own. They mean business. Their hockey management team, led by Bob Murray and David McNabb, is regarded as among the finest in the business. And that's not just our opinion. Those were statements communicated to me by several player agents and hockey executives who we both know and respect. Today is a great day for the future of hockey in Syracuse, and it is with great pride and excitement that I formally announce that the Anaheim Ducks will be the NHL affiliate of your Syracuse Crunch. Thank you very much. To add a couple of things, you see some of the uniforms in the back. Our uniform will be changing to the colors of the Ducks. We will keep our logo. Our Iceman logo will remain. It's our moniker, it's our mnemonic. We're very proud of that. We will be wearing the Duck logo on our shoulder patches as well. Let me say something that I think needs to be said about Columbus. We had good years and we had some not good years. But it's going to be with a lot of sadness for me, leaving certain people. Certainly the relationship that I personally had with our coaches, particularly with Ross and Trent, who I regard not just as our coaches, but as good friends. They're quality people. You know, whether they win or lose on the ice, these are class gentlemen, and we wish them the best. We've had our other coach, Butch Carl Gehring, as a player, and one of our most beloved players. And really throughout the 10 years, the one thing Columbus did deliver consistently was the character of the player. We really didn't have a bad guy in a lot. I've been fortunate to maintain a relationship with Doug McLean and Jim Clark, who left Columbus 3 years ago. They were always stand-up guys to deal with. We didn't always agree with them, but when they gave you their word, they kept their word. And we wish them well in addition to that. So, you know, for us to be associated with an organization like Anaheim, their track record speaks for themselves. They, you know, they're not afraid to spend money when they want a player. They're not afraid to let players develop down here. You know, David McNabb, I spoke to him the other day, and they just signed one of their picks out of Boston University, and they said, well, you're going to be seeing him for a couple of years. I mean, they're not in the business of rushing a guy up. When you look at what they've done, you know, in Portland and even prior to that in Cincinnati, they've been patient. But you know, change is good. This is a great change for us. It's something that, quite frankly, I think back in December, we really realized that we were going to make a change, but to have the opportunity to be with Anaheim. And I think when you take away the original 6 teams, Anaheim is right up there, you know. And when you look at their winning percentage over their recent history and the commitment that their ownership makes, you know, there's no guarantees. But, you know, I think we're in a lot stronger position to field a quality team than we were this time last year. It's a multi-year deal that could extend up to 6 years.
Is there any concern on your end with the, obviously Columbus was a lot closer as far as transporting players, now you can do it coast to coast. Is there any concern on that end?
There's really none. I mean, if you look at probably the premier, the 2 premier teams in our league right now, one is, you know, obviously Hershey, the other one is Worcester, and their NHL parent is in San Jose. So, you know, I mean, those days of, you know, of that, I mean, Manitoba and Vancouver, that's a long distance away. Sometimes it works when they're far away, sometimes it works when they're close, and sometimes they don't work. But that's not a concern. I mean, Anaheim felt it was important to get their players in an environment where they can practice a lot, where their travel is convenient for their players, where they can have practice days in, you know, Syracuse. And, you know, David McNabb was here. You know, he knew the building, he knew the market, he knows how important the team is here, he knows the fan support we get. Those are important elements to them as far as development. So, you know, it all worked out. It worked out great. We have not talked to them about any players because the players are under contract right now. But you know, they know players. I mean, these guys, you know. And an interesting story was David McNabb had. He's been known as a guy who probably is the preeminent guy at signing college free agents. Now, when you look at the list, you know, it's from Ryan Shannon to McDonald, who played in Colgate, you know, a number of other college free agents. And he was in Duluth, Minnesota. We were finalizing our deal, and he had got a verbal agreement from a player from Minnesota Duluth that a lot of teams were running after. And he had met with the parents and the agent of the player, and they gave their verbal commitment. But the player couldn't sign because he was still in the midst of playing. And David would not leave Duluth until that Sunday when he had the signature of the player. So to me, it just showed how thorough they were, you know, how committed they were to making sure they get the best talent. And for us, it's a welcome addition. It's something that we believe we deserve and that we need here. Right here?
Yeah, I had read that Anaheim didn't have an AHL affiliate last year. Did they share the team with another affiliate, or where were this level of players last year for them?
Well, 2 years ago they were in Iowa, but that team folded, so they had no home. And they mentioned it was the worst year of their life not being able to have a home for their players. So they had players, I believe they had some in San Antonio, they had a few in Manitoba, they had a few in Toronto, and then they had others skewed around the East Coast League. So it was not an ideal situation for them from a development standpoint. So they're as happy as we are to be here. And, you know, but the players wearing the uniforms in the Crunch, these last 6 games are still our players. Whether they'll be with us next year or whether we have a different affiliate. So I think it's important that we go out in style and with class. And one of the things that we're doing is on April 10th, our last game of the season, it's our plan to bring in as many former Crunch favorites as we can to be honored, to put a nice red ribbon on the 10 years we had in Columbus. We've already got confirmations from Doug McLean and Jim Clark. I spoke to Jeff Ware yesterday. He hopes he can make it to Toronto. I spoke to Brandon Sugden, and he may have an obligation to Russia, but if not, he said he will be here. We're reaching out to the Mark Hardigans and the Dewey Westcotts, Darryl Scoville, and the like. So we're going to try to do this right. We had 10 good years, and we're going to finish it up the right way. So we hope that the players get your support because they still are crunch players from here on in. So thank you very much, and we're thrilled. We really are. Thank you.